Eccoci qua, buonasera, alle 7 in punto, sempre puntualissimi. Buonasera, benvenuti, bentornati e benvenuta a Farideh. Welcome Farideh, Hoş geldin.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh no, don't mind. You don't have to be nervous. Allora,
No.
salutiamo i nostri amici. Che ecco, Farideh mi stai dicendo un attimo fa, sono molto ansiosa perché è il primo live stream che faccio, ma lei ha presentato un film che è stato candidato Oscar dall'Iran nel 2019, non può essere nervosa di essere con noi. Io purtroppo ho una brutta notizia, bad news, perché sarebbe dovuta essere con noi, anzi aveva lavorato per partecipare, per fare questa diretta, Elena Scarinci, che salutiamo, che purtroppo ha avuto un problema, un imprevisto di salute. Speriamo, facciamo veramente un grosso in bocca al lupo. Avremo le sue domande, le domande che aveva preparato insieme a noi, e la promessa è di organizzare presto un altro incontro con Farideh, anche lei ci teneva, ormai erano diventate amiche. I'm talking, you and Elena were just a close friend. You have talked on WhatsApp,
Yes.
just yeah. Ormai eravamo una squadra, we are crew. No, we are crew. So, veramente mi dispiace tanto, cercherò io di fare un lavoro dignitoso anche nel tradurre. E Michele ci saluta. Cristina said, we met you in Florence, Farideh. Cristina Ceccherini.
Nice.
Florence, I think 2 years ago at the Middle East Film Now. Right?
1 year ago, yeah, in
1 year
April
ago.
2019 it was. Yes.
Ecco. Io ho sempre detto che mancai quel film un anno fa, dopodiché ho fatto di tutto per vederlo, finalmente un mese fa. I'm talking that just for 1 year I was looking to see your movie. I didn't find it because I cannot come to Florence, and then finally last month I saw on streaming. Now it's available, so now I will tell you where to find it.
Yeah.
Flavia Nasrin Testa, my sister, ciao sorella mia, bravi Iranian families.
Flavia.
Questa è una tua
Hello,
amica,
darling.
Flavia.
Yes.
You are at home. I was telling you. Yeah, we are. You have to not to be nervous because you are at home with
I know.
Iranians that live in Italy and with Italians that love Iran. So, ma
good.
che bellezza! Ciao a tutti. He said, "Oh, what a beauty!" So Kamran is very a gentleman. Is our gentleman from Switzerland, from Lugano, maybe. Ok. So, allora io parlerò adesso. Il film di cui parliamo è Finding Farideh. Ovviamente è un film che è stato candidato agli Oscar nel 2019 dall'Iran, quindi è un film molto particolare perché non è proprio un documentario, ma non è un film di finzione. I was telling, you're not the main character of your movie, you are the story of your movie. Cioè, lei non è l'attrice, no, assolutamente, non è nemmeno il protagonista, è la storia, e noi questa sera parleremo di questa storia. But first, ma prima, we saw the trailer. It's okay?
Yes, please.
Just a second.
Ik heb gaat het goed. Juist dat ik niet een goede dochter was. Omdat ik niet mocht zijn wie ik ben.
Ja, je vindt het een treurig verhaal. Ja. Je kan je niet voorstellen dat iemand een baby alleen achterlaat ergens. Esme, Chia.
Esme man, Shabname.
Esme man, Farideh. Zo dichtbij ben ik nog nooit geweest. Ik ben er klaar voor.
Here we are. So, allora, io ho parlato anche troppo, la storia è questa. Farideh venne adottata da una famiglia olandese, lei praticamente è cresciuta sempre ad Amsterdam, ma a un certo punto, alla soglia dei 40 anni, ha deciso di ripercorrere, diciamo, le sue origini e cercare se stessa, e quindi cercare di ritrovare la sua famiglia naturale, la sua famiglia biologica. E per questo ha aperto prima un blog, dopo ha messo degli annunci sul giornale e si sono presentate 3 famiglie che hanno detto che sarebbero potute essere loro le famiglie originarie di Farideh. E quindi diciamo, la domanda che adesso io rivolgerò a lei è: but how the film was born? How did you had the idea to make a movie about your story?
Well, I started writing on my blog when I started my search. And actually, after a year, I was contacted by Kuruz and Azadeh, Kuruz Atae and Azadeh Musafi from Iran. And they emailed me and they were interested in my blog and in my story. And they asked me to, well, you know, we would like to follow you to Iran. And would you like that? So, yes. I Googled them to just check whether they were, you know, the ones who are they were saying they are. And yes, I really needed somebody to come with me, because, you know, going back to your birth country it's the biggest fear I had. And that they were Iranian, I thought that's perfect because they know the country, they speak the language, they know where to go as well. You know, I thought about going back for a long time, but I never really knew with whom. So this was to me it was like a gift.
I translate, just a second.
Yes.
Perché lei ha cominciato a fare questo blog dopo che aveva cominciato la ricerca, e dopo un anno è stata contattata da Azadeh Musavi e Kurosh Atai, che sono i due registi, sono un ragazzo e una ragazza. They are very young. They are quite young.
Actually, yes. Kurosh was only 24 when he contacted me.
Oh my God, soltanto 25 anni.
And Azadeh, I think at that time she was 32 or 34. I don't, like that.
Mentre Azadeh ne aveva appunto 30 o 32, 34, insomma non ricordo bene all'epoca, perché il film è stato girato nel 2015, questo va ricordato. E lei, quando venne contattata da questi dei due registi, diciamo, lo ha preso come un grosso regalo, perché a cercare su Google, ha googolato, come si dice, per capire chi fossero, però ha sempre pensato che tornare nel suo paese d'origine non sarebbe stato facile, e in questo caso avere due persone che conoscevano il posto, che conoscevano la lingua, era sicuramente meglio. I said last time when we talk together, it feels just like a reality, but it's not a reality. I mean, how did they follow you everything? Follow your conversation with your cousin at the beginning of the movie, but they are not so so heavy. It's a presence always, but it's very, very soft.
Well, when they arrived, because we did it by crowdfunding, by the way. At first we had a crowdfunding campaign to raise 10,000 euros in the Netherlands and the world at cinecrowd.com, and also in Iran with hamiju.com, which is quite new. It's one of the first films in Iran made by crowdfunding.
Maybe the first one.
Maybe the first, yes.
Maybe the first.
Yes. So they came with, I think it was a crew of 6 people. They came from Iran with 6 people. 6 Iranians. All the time there were a lot of people around me, but you know, the camera was only very small, so it wasn't really. It was. This was my, my long time longing to go back to Iran, and that was most important, to go back. So I forgot about the cameras, and I forgot about, the people around me.
It's incredible. When you see the movie, this is incredible. I mean, it's a very good movie by a technical point of view. They're very good. They're very good director.
Yes.
But it doesn't seem a reality, just like all the realities we see every day in our television, maybe also in Netherlands, I think. It's something very, very, very beautiful and very soft.
Good to hear.
I translate. Ok,
yes.
Diceva appunto, questo film è stato tra l'altro un film, probabilmente il primo del genere, cioè il primo realizzato con un crowdfunding, sia in Olanda e ovviamente in tutto il mondo, ma anche in Iran. Probabilmente è stato il primo film realizzato in Iran con il crowdfunding attraverso 2 piattaforme, una in Iran e una al di fuori. E hanno raccolto 30.000 euro, che quindi insomma è una somma non enorme per un film, ed erano una troupe di 6 persone che sono andate in Olanda, perché la prima parte del film è in Olanda. E quello che io dicevo è che è veramente incredibile, perché ci sono momenti anche molto intimi, molti momenti in cui si piange, in cui comunque ci sono delle discussioni molto private, ma non si ha mai la sensazione che ci sia una presenza come nei reality, come quello che noi vediamo, no? Cioè in cui tutto è molto invasivo, molto, come se vogliamo, anche un po' volgare in certe situazioni. Questo invece è tutto molto delicato, e appunto lei dice, in fondo era una piccola camera che seguiva, e forse era tanta la voglia anche che io avevo di tornare in Iran, che per me quello era importante. So we have Marwa from Cairo, from Egypt. She's a teacher. She's an Italian literature teacher in Cairo at the university. She always follows us. And I said, yeah, I'm very, very happy to be this evening together to know you. Ciao, Marwa. So I have the first Elena's question. You know, she's not here, but her questions are here. She said that in your blog, you say, I think being in the orphanage for 10 long months was an experience in my life that made me conscious of what life is about. And so this is the $1 million question. What is life about? Allora, translate. Elena dice, appunto, nel suo blog lei ha scritto, credo che aver passato in orfanotrofio, lei è passato in orfanotrofio 10 lunghi mesi, è stata un'esperienza nella mia vita che mi ha reso consapevole di cosa è la vita, il senso della vita. E quindi qual è il senso della vita? What is life about?
What is life about? Wow, that's a big question indeed. But life is about connecting from heart to heart with each other. That's how I see it. Yeah. And you know, I've been in the orphanage for 10 months without a family, without a home, at a very young age. And I think, well, you know, yeah, that's what I say now, of course, that it's about connecting, but I didn't know it at that time. But I think, well, I know because I did regression therapy, and so I went back to those times, and I was really out of love, and I was really, you know, not participating in life and just waiting for for the next step, I believe. And it's a huge trauma. And I even had dreams
Really?
about I had a dream about, I think, the first day at the orphanage, waking up in the orphanage the first day, and that there's nobody there. You know, I started crying, and I thought somebody would come, but nobody came. So I just got back to sleep. And when I had that dream, when I woke up, I knew this was not a dream, but it was reality. It was something from that time. So yeah, it must have been very lonely.
Yeah. Late. No, dicevo appunto che la domanda ovviamente è veramente una domanda molto difficile, ma il senso per lei, quello che ha raggiunto come significato, è appunto essere connessi, avere un contatto da cuore a cuore tra le persone. L'aver passato questi 10 mesi nell'orfanotrofio è qualcosa che in realtà lei ha sempre avuto come consapevolezza, e aveva un sogno che era quello di ricorrente, cioè quello di svegliarsi in orfanotrofio e rendersi conto che nessuno sarebbe venuto a prenderla. Questo attraverso anche la terapia, la psicanalisi, lo ha recuperato nel corso degli anni. In the movie you went back to that orphanage, and then maybe this is
actually,
one of the...
it was
I know.
Yeah, well, it was the orphanage in Tehran, but I've only stayed in Tehran for maximum of 20 days, maybe. I was in the orphanage in Mashhad for 10 months.
10 months. Okay.
And we went back, but it was a military building, so we couldn't film or photograph it or even visit. Yeah.
It was in the movie. There's another orphanage. When you are we are playing with those children.
Yes, it's the internet. It was in the 70s. Only in the 70s, people from outside could adopt children.
Yeah.
During the Shah and Farideh. So during that time, it was the international orphanage in Tehran, and
Ok.
yes, I visited that, and it's still an orphanage also. Yeah.
Stava dicendo appunto che lei nel film a un certo punto va in un orfanatrofio e gioca con dei bambini. È nota una scena molto toccante. Non è l'orfanatrofio in cui lei passò quei 10 mesi, perché nel frattempo è diventato un edificio militare, non si poteva entrare per filmare, anche perché lei negli anni 70 poteva essere adottata soltanto a livello internazionale, cioè in Iran sotto lo Shah valevano ancora le adozioni soltanto internazionali, e quindi lei andò nell'orfanatrofio internazionale di Teheran, perché lei invece lei è nata a Mashhad. You were born in Mashhad, that's the holy city, and in the holy city you went back. It is one of the most beautiful scene when you arrived at night in the holy shrine of Mashhad.
Well, I must say, I was born. I don't know where I was born.
Yeah.
I was discovered in Mashhad, yes, at the Holy Shrine, and that's the first written history of my life. And going back there, it was a full circle for me, and that was beautiful. And also, as you see in the film, I was welcomed to Mashhad with 3 families who thought I was, connected to them. So that was so healing for me too, because I feared that place, or I feared going back. So to be welcomed by 3 families, that was just amazing. Yeah, for me it was amazing.
Dicendo, lei in realtà non sapeva di dove era nata, lei anzi ha scoperto poi di essere stata abbandonata a Mashhad, quindi Mashhad è il luogo dove comincia la sua storia scritta. Lei venne abbandonata un giorno d'inverno, tra l'altro nel mausoleo dell'8º imam Reza a Mashhad. E ritornare lì, tornare a Mashhad, tornare nel posto dove 3 famiglie la reclamavano, era chiudere un po' il cerchio, era anche molto, molto emozionante. E in effetti io ricordavo questa scena in cui lei arriva al mausoleo di notte, un giorno di fine autunno, sotto una leggera nevicata, e all'1:30 di notte, perché spiegava che poi è uno dei momenti in cui potevano girare tranquillamente perché non c'erano troppe persone, e si ritrova così nel punto dove tutto è iniziato, quindi è un cerchio che si chiude, diceva. Since we have another Elena's question, so she's not here,
Okay.
but she's with us with her question.
Yes.
So, the second one. In this movie, there is a funny scene when try to keep the veil on, looking at yourself on the mirror. That's what happens to all European women for the first time. I find it very funny, and I also saw myself in it. Maybe this is a very female question. I have to.
Yes.
I read it, but it's
That's okay.
it's okay.
You can do it.
No, I can do it. I cannot try this. So how do you feel?
What's the question? Oh, okay.
The question is, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're in the scene, what kind of feeling you had?
Well, to me, that's a connection to Iran at that moment. Yeah, we only know the women with fields, or after 79, but to me that was really a confirmation for me to go there and to experience, to be healed also. And I didn't really know a lot about it also, because apparently nail polish is not allowed as well. For instance, if you go to the mosque, I didn't know.
Yeah.
There are lots of things that you
But
discover
in Iran,
while being in Iran.
It's always the same. Everything is forbidden, but a lot of people do what they want.
Yes, true.
It's something like in Italy.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
There is a question from Marwa. Prima dell'incontro di te, before to meet the directors, which was your feeling with Iran? You were dreaming about to come back and to have back your contact with your real family, with your natural family?
Well, I wanted to go back. Oh, my cat is coming, and he's funny. Sorry. He's always meowing a lot. Anyway, going back was for me very important, and I really can't think about either meeting my birth family, because then the options are multiple. There are the thousands of situations you can think of what's going on, but you don't know. So I don't go there any. I just stick to the now and to what is, and the longing for going back, that it haunted me my whole life, really. So and also, of course, I'm still, I've dreamt of of my birth mother my whole life as well. But
I see. Please, no, I don't want to interrupt you.
It is what it is. I'm happy with that DNA exists now since 15 years or so. But I don't know what the question was anymore.
No, just not a question, just a reflection. Sì, ci sta dicendo Farideh che sì, questo aspetto era stato con lei per tutta la vita. Lei aveva sicuramente il desiderio di...
That's strange.
Can you hear me? You hear me now? Some technical problem. It's okay?
I can't hear you anymore.
No? Oh, it's strange. I'll try to connect again with your hair. No. Just take out. I have to.
Oh, there you are. Yes.
Yeah. It's okay. Good. Oh, ok. No, stavo traducendo quello che dicevi, e che appunto era stato qualcosa che era sempre presente, il sogno anche di ritornare, ovviamente, conoscere la sua madre naturale, che è qualcosa che comunque è stato sempre così, quindi è qualcosa che l'ha accompagnata per tutta la vita. Flavia wrote, che emozione la nostra storia, come me. Like her, your story is just like Flavia's one.
Yes.
Francesco said, great guest, congratulations. Kamran said that I have some identity crisis. Maybe when you say when you're talking about veil and my sexual identity, maybe I don't know what you want. But so another question. This movie went abroad. I mean, in a lot of countries, and participated in a lot of festivals. Have an international distribution. Did you notice a difference among the audience of the different countries in perceiving the story itself?
Definitely, yes. Yes, I was surprised because when I was at the premiere in Iran, they have had different moments than we do or than I do. It's funny because then I noticed that they of course they talk the language, the Persian language, so they understand the families a bit different than I do, and they laughed at moments that I thought, is that the Dutch people wouldn't laugh at this moment, but they would. But maybe out of I don't know, hard to tell. But and I went to the USA as well, and I think that's kind of the same as the Western, as Europe. So the Iranians do laugh at different moments than others. That's for sure.
Yeah. Quello che avevo chiesto appunto a Farideh era il film ha avuto una distribuzione internazionale e quindi ha avuto modo di constatare le differenti reazioni in diversi tipi di pubblico, ovviamente, e lei ha notato questo sicuramente tra le reazioni per esempio che ha avuto in Iran il film e le reazioni che ha avuto in Occidente e negli Stati Uniti. C'è probabilmente una differente concezione della famiglia che ovviamente scatena anche reazioni diverse. And in Florence and with the Italian audience?
I don't know actually. I must say that I haven't noticed a difference. No, but I didn't stay in Italian in Florence. I didn't stay in the cinema when they watched Finding Farideh. So I went, I did the introduction at first, and then went
okay.
outside and back. Because I saw the movie so many times, and I can dream of every second, every
Yes.
sound, and I don't really necessarily have to look at myself all the time.
Yeah.
Rather not.
I think it's quite hard to see again this movie for you, isn't it? I mean, it's just a fight. The movie is a fight with your past, with yourself, maybe, and so see it again and again. Maybe it's not so easy.
Well,
I mean,
exactly. The first times were really hard to see it, and I would be, pushed into the stories, the emotions, the moments. But after 5 or 10 times, you kind of get used to what's coming. So, yeah. So when I'm now at a film festival, I'd rather not see myself at a big screen like that. Hear my own voice, which is quite strange also. Yeah. But I love to see how the audience reacts. That's true. I love that. Yeah.
Dicevo che appunto avevo chiesto come fosse stata la reazione del pubblico a Firenze e lei giustamente diceva io in realtà ho soltanto presentato, ho fatto un'introduzione al film, a quel festival, non l'ho visto ancora anche perché il film l'ho visto talmente tante quelle volte che non lo riesco a rivedere sempre e io le ho chiesto non deve essere facile rivederlo ogni volta perché in fondo il film è un film doloroso, un film anche in cui c'è una lotta con il suo passato, con se stessa e lei dice sì è vero questo e oltretutto io non sono nemmeno abituata a vedermi sullo big screen, su un grande schermo la mia voce, il mio volto così grande e quindi sicuramente questo non è stato così facile e quindi è anche questo uno dei motivi per cui la reazione del pubblico italiano non l'ha avuto. Tanto Alessandra sei molto simpatica ed empatica, cioè you're very good, very sympathetic and very, very good person. Buonasera a tutti, congratulations Farideh and Flavia too. And so another point, do you think that your experience can help other adopted child all around the world?
Nowadays, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's a complex situation for adoptees to be raised abroad and to be raised in a different kind of continent, which I was also. And it's very confusing to be raised in another family and to be confronted by it's not natural. It's not natural because I'm biological. I'm Iranian, and I was made to live in Iran and not here in the Netherlands. And so it would be better if people can solve that in their country. But I do understand the romantic side of the story, but it's usually also adoption is with child trafficking. Nowadays there's so much happening in the adoption world, and it's a business, and that's not good when it's get a business. But actually, a friend of mine adopted a child, and she wanted to adopt a child, and she asked me, it was I think 10 years or 20 years ago, but she asked me, Eline or Farideh, do you have advice for me? And I told her, well, at least that the child can contact the biological parents when it's an adult. It's very important. And at the moment,
Ok.
yeah,
Sì, no, diceva appunto,
translation.
yeah, ok, thank you. Diceva appunto, io le avevo chiesto se secondo lei questo film poteva aiutare, la sua esperienza poteva aiutare altri ragazzi adottati in tutto il mondo. Lei dice, in questo momento insomma, non sa dare una risposta, o perlomeno poi questa è la sua storia, e lei dice una cosa che qui conferma anche proprio Flavia, said, right, it's not natural, we are in exile inside out. Siamo in esilio dentro e fuori, questa è una cosa molto, molto importante. E Farideh dice appunto, io in realtà c'è qualcosa di non naturale, perché io sono nata per vivere in Iran, sono iraniana biologicamente, non per vivere in Olanda, ma questo è stato il mio destino. Poi oltretutto la questione delle adozioni internazionali oggi è veramente una grossa questione che tocca tanti temi, come appunto anche il traffico di bambini, delle adozioni, tutte le storie abbastanza brutte e complicate. E cita anche un episodio in cui un'amica una decina di anni fa le chiese, era in procinto, avrebbe voluto adottare uno dei bambini e diceva, hai dei consigli da darmi? E questo però è sempre qualcosa di molto soggettivo, cioè qualcosa che poi ognuno vive a modo suo, quindi su questo probabilmente non c'è una formula, questa è la sua storia ed è giusto come dire, rispettarla e viverla per quello che è. Claudio asks, come mai secondo voi l'Iran ha proposto il film per gli Oscar? Per la sua qualità o per qualche altra ragione? Chiedo perché io non l'ho visto. Claudio is an expert of Iranian cinema, and he's asking us, according to you, why Iran choose this movie for the Oscar ride? For its quality or for other reason? He didn't see the movie yet.
Oh.
Well, Farideh, please.
What's the question? Why
Why Iran choose this movie for the Oscar, right? You know that there was another movie, maybe this is an Iranian movie, but is
Yes.
maybe it's a very
Well,
particular movie. I mean, yeah, please.
I think there were 2 fiction films, and Finding Farideh were in the running for the Oscars.
Yeah.
And what I heard is that they couldn't agree about which fiction film would be the sent off to the Oscars. And then they talked about Finding Farideh, and then they did kind of a round like, okay, who's in for Finding Farideh? And then they were, well, I don't know if they were all in, but it's a personal story, and it's to show that there are Iranians with how they live their way, and to get visited by somebody who was born there and have the Western mind and then go back. I think it was of course a great risk.
Yeah, it's a brave. I think it was a brave choice. Yeah.
I was amazed. We didn't even know that we were in the running, so it was a complete surprise for us to hear the news. The August last year, and I felt so honored also, because it was a country I once abandoned. It was just wow. This is huge. Yeah.
Farideh un po', sostiene che probabilmente c'era una competizione tra 2 film di fiction, due film, insomma, non documentari, e alla fine Finding Farideh ha giocato un po' il ruolo di outsider e ha preso il posto come candidato. Devo dire che uno dei 2 film so che era Metri Shishonim, che è un film che io non ho amato, secondo me proprio come film, come qualità, Finding Farideh è superiore. Qui poi potremmo parlare all'infinito anche a seconda dei gusti, ma secondo me io credo che sia stato una scelta sia per la qualità sia perché manda un messaggio. I think this is maybe this choice was very a sort of Iranian pride. I mean, because
Proud.
proud. Yeah. No, just Iranian pride, just like the gay pride. No, so this is the Iranian pride. I mean, this is a
Okay.
celebration of the Iranian proud, because this is maybe something about Iran, because it's the story of someone who was looking for Iran. You know that someone say that there is no more religious person than the one who is looking for God. And in a sense, you are looking for yourself and looking for Iran.
Yeah.
So if I was Iranian, I was very, 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 very happy to see this movie. I was very happy to see that.
Yes, but it was
yeah.
also the first time that the Oscars for the best foreign film, there will be documentaries, but also animation films and fiction. So that was a strange combination of of a lot of films.
Yeah. Sì,
That
no,
was the
diceva
first
appunto che
time.
sì, che era la prima volta che era appunto che era candidato questo film, che è un film documentario. Tra l'altro, Farideh diceva che per loro è stata una grande sorpresa questa candidatura. È arrivata l'agosto di un anno fa, lei è molto onorata, ma anche molto sorpresi perché non si aspettavano questa scelta. Sì, effettivamente è stata una scelta particolare. Io, facendo una battuta, ho detto, cioè, se io fossi iraniano, sarei molto contento di vedere questo film. In un certo senso è stato un po' come come un Iranian Pride, cioè una celebrazione dell'orgoglio di essere iraniani. Qualcuno dice che non c'è credente più grande di chi cerca Dio, non di chi già è convinto di avere Dio. In un certo senso Farideh è in cerca dell'Iran, perché è in cerca di se stessa e cerca quindi l'Iran e lo trova in un certo modo. Our friends are asking how to see this movie. Sì, we can see on Vimeo. Dopo vi metto il link. Non c'è con i sottotitoli in italiano, non credo ci sia ancora, c'è sottotitoli in inglese. Il film è in buona parte in inglese, nederlandese e persiano, ovviamente, ma sottotitolato si vede molto molto bene. It's very easy to see it, to follow. Just a question: do you know Kader Abdullah, the writer, the Iranian writer who is
Yes.
living in yeah.
I
You are in
actually
contact?
emailed him. Yes,
Really?
and well, I must say I have his book, but I haven't read his book because before going to Iran, I never read books about Iran because I was really jealous of the people who were already been
Yeah.
in Iran. But Kader Abdullah is a famous Dutch Iranian writer, and my mother met him a long time ago, and she actually asked him because I had 2 words when I came to the Netherlands, and that was Aziz and Nikos. And she wanted to know what that meant. And Aziz means a sweetheart. So, and Nikos, we don't know. But it must be words I heard in the orphanage. And then, when I got in the Netherlands, I named my teddy bear. But I actually emailed him about finding Farideh, just to let him know and that he could see it now in the Netherlands. And then he wrote me back here about it, and he said, well, Farideh, your essence in life is to find Farideh. So
Ok.
yeah.
Le ho chiesto se conosce Kader Abdullah, lo scrivo qui sotto il nome, Kader Abdullah, per i nostri amici, che è uno scrittore iraniano, di origine iraniana, cioè è nato in Iran, lui in realtà è un esule politico. Tra l'altro Kader Abdullah Kader Abdullah is not his real name, because Kader and Abdullah are 2 different part of names of his comrades that died before and during the revolution. Kader Abdullah è uno scrittore che scrive in olandese, scrive in nederlandese, tanto che in Italia è pubblicato da Iperborea, che è una casa editrice che si occupa soltanto di scrittori del nord Europa. In Italy, Kader Abdullah is published from a company that is dedicated to the North European writers. So he's Iranian, but we think about him just like a Dutch writer. and because he writes in Netherlands. E chiedevo appunto se lei lo conosceva, diceva sì, sono in contatto, sua madre aveva conosciuto e parlavano appunto del suo rapporto con Kader Abdullah, che non ha visto ancora il film, non poteva ancora vederlo, ma comunque si sono scritti per email e niente, quindi chiedevo questa curiosità. Bolassan was asking how your adoptive family, how was their reaction to this movie and to this project, to your search, your foster parents?
Yeah, well, they were proud. You know, they said it once, so that's quite a lot. So yeah, they are proud of me, I think, and also when it was sent to the Oscars, they were kind of like, "Whoa, that's huge!" And yeah, you know, it's yeah,
okay.
it's
We saw
it's a yeah.
there are also in the movie at the beginning. This is a lunch when you are preparing your travel,
Yes.
just before to leave. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
sono stati, la sua famiglia è stata orgogliosa, ovviamente anche molto sorpresi e contenti di quando poi il film è stato candidato agli Oscar. Marwa asked, there are a lot of Iranians in Netherlands.
Yes, there actually, what I know is that there are around 30,000 at the moment. But of course, there are a lot more at the time than 20 years ago or 30 years ago. But I am in touch with Iranians here in Amsterdam and the Netherlands. Yeah.
Okay.
I watch Iranian football, you know, in the World Cup. I do cheer for
Really?
the Iranian team as well. Yeah, since
Sì,
8 years or so.
Yeah. Diceva appunto che sì, ci sono anche da una comunità che sono da 20-25 anni, sono molti, li conosce, lei ha seguito i mondiali di calcio e ha tifato anche per l'Iran negli ultimi mondiali e quindi also in the movie we see when you went to the hairdresser, she's Iranian, and when you are
Shala,
studying
exactly.
yeah.
Yes, you know, it's just it starts with that also. I was introduced to Yalda night. That was my first Iranian celebration. Yalda, and that's near my birthday as well. And that was so nice. But also, and of course, Persian New Year. I celebrated that, and I went to see Gogush and Darius. I've seen here in Netherlands. So that was very interesting for me to be there. Yeah.
Sì, dice appunto lei, cioè, una delle prime scene c'è una parrucchiera, va appunto da un salone di bellezza ed è questa ragazza che la introduce, che le spiega Yalda, Shabe Yalda, che è appunto la prima festa che lei abbia iraniana che l'abbia mai celebrato, che è anche vicino al suo compleanno, quindi a dicembre, perché si celebra appunto la notte più lunga dell'anno, così come poi è celebrato anche il Nowruz, e in Olanda sempre andate a vedere anche i concerti di Gogush e di Dariush, che per lei è stata molto interessante. Marwa said, I will see the movie, I'm just in love with it.
Well, enjoy the ride.
Yes. Yeah, but it's a very, very beautiful movie. You know, we have just a couple of questions, then ancora qualche domanda, poi se gli amici hanno da formulare qualcosa, così poi andiamo verso la conclusione. One of the most moving scenes in the movie is when you read the poem in English and your friend translated into Persian. By the way, you learn a little bit of Persian?
Oh. Next question. No, yeah, I did learn definitely a few words or a lot of words when I was surrounded by 7 Iranians for 2 months. But I must confess that I haven't put effort in it yet. But I will. Yes.
Dice appunto che le ho chiesto anche se aveva... C'è una scena molto molto bella nel film in cui lei legge una sua poesia in una delle famiglie che la contattano, questo poi chi vedrà il film lo scoprirà, e una sua amica, la sua accompagnatrice, lo traduce in persiano, una scena molto molto toccante. E poi l'ho chiesto se aveva imparato un po' di persiano, lei insomma un po' glissato, dice non come dovrebbe, non ci si è veramente applicata davvero, però spera di farlo. Gaudia asks, how did you find Iran? Is in the way you was thinking of it, your native country, or did you like it?
If I like Iran?
Yeah. It was different. You expect in this way, or you expect something different?
No, I think, well, you know, experiencing Iran is always different than seeing pictures from a distance. You know, entering Tehran, oh my God, there's so much energy going on there. There's so many people. There's always noise. It's just, but it grows on you, you know, the second time and the third time I got back, it grows on you. You get kind of a bit used to the busyness there and the buzzing Tehran. So, but I only have been to Tehran and Mashhad, and I went skiing as well in Dizin. I loved that also. Yeah, that was one of my dreams as well, to, you know, ski the Iranian slopes instead of the Swiss or the French slopes.
How many times did you go to Iran?
3 times I've been now.
3 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's time to go back, but hopefully, you know, when
not
all
this
is
time.
good and safe. Nay,
Yeah.
I know.
Sure.
Yes.
No, chiedevo...
But yeah.
Stavo
I
chiedendo
think the
appunto...
people were just
Please.
so charming. And for me, it's so interesting to just see the faces of the women as well, because I'm not used to, you know, walk in a country where I see faces or women who have, you know, a bit of my face. I almost wanted to walk up to a woman and say, you know, did you deliver a baby 40 years ago? But no, I didn't. But you know, it's not common for me. Yeah.
No, dicevo appunto che per lei sì, le è piaciuto, è stata 3 volte in Iran, è stata a Teheran, è stata a Mashhad, è stata a sciare a Dizin, che è piaciuto tantissimo perché ha sciato sulle Alpi francesi, ma comunque insomma è stato un sogno sciare a Dizin. Le è piaciuto, le piace molto l'affetto, il calore della gente. Per lei è stato interessante vedere ovviamente il volto delle donne, non è abituata a vedere, a essere in un contesto in cui le donne sono simili a lei, e quindi questo è stato molto emozionante. Diceva anche è ora di tornare, sarebbe ora di tornare ovviamente quando passeremo questa fase della pandemia. Flavia asks, was it dangerous for you to go back, Farideh? È stato pericoloso tornare in Iran?
Sorry?
It was dangerous? Was it dangerous for you to go back to Iran?
No
way.
dangerous. No, I thought always that it might be a bit dangerous, but it wasn't at all. No, so that was good.
Ok, no, assolutamente, la risposta è abbastanza semplice, no? C'era un po' di qualche timore, ma veramente poi non c'è stato nulla. Ma è un pensiero comune a chiunque va in Iran, anche italiano, anche non adottato, anche che non ha legami di questo tipo, c'è sempre così. Farò la domanda: ci sono stati momenti in cui non ti sei riconosciuta nel contesto europeo, pur essendo... Maura said, sometimes did you feel in your life moments in which you didn't find yourself in the European lifestyle, even if you grew up in Europe?
Well, yeah. She wants examples, of course. Okay. Of course, you know, growing up in my own family, they were, you know, only behaving rational. so not emotional, and I'm very emotional. So that was already difference.
Yeah.
I don't know if it means that, but yeah, I think that's the biggest difference of
They look like they look very, very rational also in the movie. I mean, there is a bit of
yeah.
coldness in some dialogues. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, you can't reach each other if they are speaking in rational ways and I speak in emotion ways. So you
Yeah.
never reach each other. You never really touch each other in the core. And if somebody explained that when I was growing up, then we would know, but I didn't know. So I thought it was my fault, and I thought, it had to do with me. But in the end, now I know that due to their history and upbringing and so on, my parents, they were born in World War II, and it's a whole different story they have, the whole different history as well. And they don't talk about emotions, or they don't explain. They never really reach each other, and still we don't reach each other. It's difficult.
Yeah. Stavo dicendo appunto che sì, lei ha questa sensazione l'ha avuta diverse volte nella sua famiglia. Ad esempio, la sua famiglia adottiva ha un approccio razionale, non emotivo alle cose, anche nei dialoghi sono sempre molto razionali, molto poco legati alle emozioni. Io dicevo, questo si vede anche nel film. C'è una scena iniziale in cui sono a tavola e lei sta per andare in Iran, il dialogo è molto, io direi anche un po' freddo, una certa freddezza, però questo fa parte ovviamente del retaggio culturale e così delle loro storie, ognuno porta la sua, e quindi questo è anche naturale, però questo ovviamente esce. Allora, Marwa said, so genetics matters. So if you feel, Mara said genetics matters. It's important if you if you were born in a European context, but you feel like this and you are like this, maybe genetics matters are very big. The deep, Flavia said exactly, the deep goes to the deep, yeah. Nonostante dimentichezza culturale.
Yes.
Gaudia said, your face is very, very Iranian. I recognize her just like an Iranian in a crowd. So it's true. It's true. It's very, very
I
Iranian
really like
face.
to hear that. Thank you.
Really?
I always, well, it's a compliment to me to hear that. But yes, when I was growing up, I always said, well, I'm Dutch. By accident, I was born in Iran. But no, I'm definitely, I am Dutch. I feel, I have the body of an Iranian.
Sure. Gaudia chiede, non ho visto il film, Farideh ha trovato poi la sua famiglia iraniana. Gaudia non lo possiamo dire, non roviniamolo. We have to spoil the movie. Gaudia is asking, Farideh finally find his Iranian family. We cannot say that because a lot of people didn't steal the movie yet. So I will let you know it, let you discover seeing by watching the movie. Then I will give you the link, and you will see the movie. And let's Elena's question: are you still in touch with the families you met in Iran?
I am by Instagram, of course. That's the only way to communicate with them.
Really?
But well, unfortunately, actually, Ali Dindar passed away in August. He was the oldest brother of the Dindar family. And also Tayyaba died 2 years ago. So, but yeah, I'm in touch with them, but only through social media.
Instagram. So they are important. So it's a
Instagram,
beautiful
yeah.
thing of social
Yes.
media. Diciamo, appunto, avevo
Yeah.
chiesto se fosse rimasta in contatto con le famiglie che ha conosciuto in Iran, e lei dice soltanto tramite Instagram. Poi un paio di persone sono morte nel frattempo, in questi anni. Ricordiamo che il film è girato nel 2015, quindi non è proprio recentissimo. Quindi in 5 anni delle cose sono accadute, due personaggi di questo film, 2 persone non ci sono più. Però lei comunque mantiene un contatto. Christina says, now we can tell that you find a very, very big Iranian family, all of us.
Yes. Oh, that's so sweet.
In a sense, we are a big
it's
family.
it's the closest I can come to my family is visiting Iran. So yeah.
Yeah. So we have just a few minutes, but I have my very last question for you. The movie the title of the movie is Finding Farideh. At least, did you find Farideh?
I found her. Yes,
Well.
she's inside of me.
Thank you very much.
And I love her.
Io ho chiesto, ovviamente il titolo si chiama La ricerca di Farideh, e le ho chiesto appunto, ma alla fine l'hai trovata Farideh? E lei ha detto sì, alla fine l'ho trovata ed è dentro di me. E questa secondo me è una vera risposta molto molto bella e anche molto emozionante. Farideh, thank you very much for your time. I don't know if some friends want to ask you something. We are just 3 or 4 minutes. I will tell you the address, the internet movie to see the movie on Vimeo.
Yes.
Please watch it. If you want, then you can read a story about this movie that I wrote on my blog Di Ruse. Flavia wrote, "Love you, sister." Grazie mille ad entrambi. Thank you, everybody. Farideh, see you maybe in Iran, maybe in Italy, maybe in Netherlands. I don't know. Hope to see you again. Also with Elena. Vi salutiamo Elena Scarinci, che purtroppo non è potuta stare con noi.
Good health.
Raccomandiamo soprattutto di mettersi al più presto, magari faremo un'altra diretta. Kamran said, good evening, wonderful Farideh. This is a very, very, very good person. Kamran is a very, very beautiful man. Bellissimo collegamento, Farideh Antello, grazie. Allora, grazie a tutti, grazie Cecilia Rinaldini, grazie davvero, buona serata. Farideh, come just like Iranian said, Beumide Didar. I hope to see you. I hope to see you in live, to see you in person.
Okay.
Thanks for your time, thanks for your story, thanks for your movie. Cari amici a tutti, grande diretta. E speriamo veramente di vederci presto. Questa è l'ultima diretta della settimana. Ci vediamo molto molto presto. Buon weekend, buon tutto. Spero che No. Wait. I have a present for you. For you. I lost my mind. Just a little present for Farideh. I'm very mad. So I found these images, and this is your
the holy shrine.
Your city, your native, the holy shrine. This is a photograph by an Italian photographer in the 19th century. I tell you the name. This is his name is Antonio Giannuzzi in 1858. This was Mashhad, the holy town of Mashhad.
1858.
Oh yeah. This is another picture that here. This is the old town. It was not so big as now, and this is another picture. Just want to show you. This
Interesting.
Is when the circle ended, as you say, and where your circle was closed, and so I will send you by WhatsApp later. So this is a little
very
present for you for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
And have a good night. Yes.
To you.
Godafes.
Bye. Godafes.